I love when players are faithful to their idols. Like, you know, you get someone like legit. You get someone like, I don't know, um, what's his name, Van Dijk, saying, yeah, Ronaldinho is my idol, but it's like, brother, you don't play anything like him, not even remotely close like him. But Doué's
What
idol is Neymar,
what is he
and I'm like
supposed to
looking at
do,
him.
man?
Pardon, sorry?
What is he supposed to do? Like, it's not Van Dyke's fault that he ended up being 6'20" and shit. Like, he a big nigga, man. He not gonna be doing all that
Yeah,
dancing and shit. He got the same hair. You don't give him
no,
props for that shit.
no, not at all. No, no, no. I need to see feet, my bro. No quitting criteria, my bad.
I was about to call you Quentin just
No,
now. I was
my
about
bro,
to
bro,
call
that
you.
was crazy. I'm going mad. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. This is the weekend review. Eid Mubarak to everybody who celebrates, and especially to Coach. How's everyone doing today? Everyone's good?
Yeah, yeah. I'm thankful. Yeah, apologies in advance for any sort of dozing off I may do, or yeah, just random tangents that I may go on or not go on. So yeah, but apart from that, Eid Mubarak, everyone. Hope it's been all a great Ramadan for you guys. Dean, what's up, man?
Ain't nothing, man. Just eating all the Mubaraks. Yeah, yeah. Like, to those who celebrate and those who don't, like, I hope you guys had a lovely weekend. And for those of you in Nigeria that have the next 2 days off, Walker's waiting on Wednesday.
Yeah, before we start, I'm gonna go to South America a little bit. Memphis was wilding out. I'm sure you guys probably saw him. He was stepping on the ball. They won a trophy, but yeah, Memphis decided to step on the ball and they started a little fight down south. So, he's truly enjoying Brazil. So good for
Yeah.
Memphis. We're gonna go to the FA Cup. Brighton and Nottingham Forest was the first game that ended up in penalties and some chances for both teams in the early beginnings. But as soon as they got to extra time, they just both decided to
Threw
go for
caution to the
penalties.
wind.
Yeah. Yeah, they were both tired. You could tell they were just like, this is not it. I don't want to play anymore. There was a pass to play in the second half, in the second extra time when I knew okay, they're definitely paying for penalties. Ola I know took the ball and started doing kick-ups. He wears his baggy shorts. He was just doing kick-ups. I was like, yeah, just send this game to penalties. And then there was some really terrible penalties, but Nottingham Forest are going to Wembley. So good for them. Third in the league, and now they're going to Wembley. So Nuno's doing his thing, and hey, sometimes it's got to go where you celebrate. Clearly Tottenham was not for him. And he's at a place now.
Yeah, he was only the fifth choice when they hired him. Like, bro, like sometimes I mean, even if that didn't happen, we knew that situation wasn't gonna work, because Tottenham are under the impression that they have this tradition of great football, and Nuno has never really had a reputation for that. So it was just never gonna work. But it's so good to see someone succeeding after he got written off. He had to go rebuild in Saudi. Like, a lot of guys that were in this position just get to go to like League One or the Championship for half a season, they bounce right back up. Not for him. And I'm really glad, for very obvious reasons, because I don't know how he identifies, but he shares a lot in common with us from the way he looks. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the historical stuff is in England and all that, but I don't remember seeing a lot of black managers at Wembley. So I'm really pleased for him. I can't.
Yeah.
Was
Um,
Ruud Gullit was there a long time ago with Chelsea.
yeah, but it's Chelsea, so yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And also,
I'm mostly pleased for Ola Aina, to be honest. Like, I think he's a player that deserves some success, man. Like, he's the level of quality just is befitting of someone that should have some trinkets. He's got a league title at Chelsea, but I can't remember him playing a lot there. So yeah,
Neither can he.
I think this FA Cup will probably mean more to him if he wins it, like, genuinely. So yeah.
I mean, it's the least he deserves after he fucking cost me a Nations Cup, but whatever.
Olaolu, what happened? Olaolu, what happened?
Kí ló happen? Laolu, o lè má ọmọ kékeré yẹn, For shame.
Fulham, speaking of Nigerians, they lost to Crystal Palace 3-0 because of a Nigerian. Eze was probably the best player on the pitch, I would say. He was just slicing and dicing. Him and Adam Wharton, you could pick whoever you wanted to between the two. They were just incredible, the pair of them. And I think Ismail Assar is starting to finally show his quality.
He's becoming talismanic. in one regard, kind of thing. In a low scoring team like that, being a regular scorer, um, between him and Mateta, I think is very, very impressive. Um, yeah, I think Eze was magnificent of the football I did see this season while I was in the barber chair. Like, yeah, he was good. Wharton was really good in that first half, but this wasn't close to him playing to what we know he is. He's just that level of footballer where you're impressed mostly. But yeah, I've seen him play better. Yeah, really, really good stuff from Palace. Eddie scoring, fantastic. Yeah, Dean, what did you make of the lack of bite that Fulham had, and how tired did they look?
I don't know, man. I can't really explain it because I
Mm,
feel like, given the way their season has gone, they should
mm,
be a little more. They should have offered a little bit more in this game. But
mm,
to be fair, when I watched most of this game, and
mm,
I don't really think Palace were much better than them.
mm,
Like it was kind of
That
even.
that
It just so
just
happened that
happened that
Palace had the best player on the day.
mm,
And for like 5 minutes, he was like, I'm better than everybody else. He scored
mm,
a great goal, assisted a really good one to
mm,
Sar.
mm,
Then Eddie's situation was a whole different thing when the game was
mm.
basically over.
mm,
It's
So
also
I can't
I
really
can't really
explain it.
explain
I
it. I
heard
heard
one of
one
the
of the
comments you
comments you
guys
guys
talking
talking
about
about
how
how
uh, Silva maybe used the
Silva
same
same
tactical
tactical
approach that
approach
he
that
did the
the
last time he
Lama
faced them
faced
in
at
the league, and it didn't quite
Big by
work
War
that
that
time
by
either,
neither
type
type
thing.
thing,
But
but
I
I
can't really
can't
vouch for
vouch
that
for them
myself.
myself.
But
mhm,
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
expected
expected
more
more
from
from them.
them. Kind of
Kind of
disappointed by
disappointed
some
by
of the
some of the
Arsenal
Arsenal
boys on Fulham. They
they
just
just
mhm.
they weren't up for it at all. Like they looked a lot like City did in the first half today, but we'll get to that in a moment.
yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, the new helmet they have for Mateta, because had that injury.
yeah,
He looks like he's playing water polo.
yeah.
Bro, yeah, it looks like he's playing water polo on a short bus. Like, that shit look
um,
ridiculous.
what I was gonna say, there was, yeah, it was actually funny that there was a chance, genuine chance of there being the M23 or A23 derby between Palace and Brighton, and I
Right.
cannot be gladder that Brighton you know did not get that chance. I think Hertzler just doesn't deserve it. But you have to remember, guys. We have to remember Palace have quite literally never won a trophy before, so um, it's very important to me personally that they at least get to another final. I remember, was it 15-16? They lost to United. I think it was.
When Pardew did the dance.
Yeah, Podgy done the dance. Yeah, so
Dickhead.
what a day, man. And yeah, I will be fighting tooth and nail to get to Wembley if they again after if I'm able to get a ticket this time for real, because yeah, they absolutely deserve it, man.
Yo, Tosin, was that the game that Louis van Gaal got fired right after? Was that the
Yeah.
FA Cup?
And Jesse Lingard scored. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Stupid club. Preston, they lost to Aston Villa 3-0. Fitting that Marcus Rashford scores his first 2 goals on Eid. So good for Marcus. Got his brace, and then that was that. They got a third, but that doesn't really matter. But they played him off the park mostly. I mean, it's Preston. You kind of expect them to beat them, but I'm happy for Marcus. He looks happier in a sense. He didn't do his little trademark point to the head celebration, but he scored. So that's all that really matters for Marcus Rashford at this point.
Mm.
Well, guess what? If Cole Palmer can claim this shit that Trey was doing, and there you go. Exactly my point. That's what I'm trying to say. If a white man can do it, we can do it. It's equality. Bournemouth and Man City. This ended up 2-1. Kepa saved the penalty.
Mm. Mm.
He had yeah.
I share about speed
Mm.
and the last away to let that ball it right wait.
That's rubbish.
So
That's
I
rubbish,
beat
basically.
push up like the look. This
Mm.
one everyone don't kinda that's a gun.
Mm.
Wait, Holland, his birthday, but that perfectly we the word is solved. It's referred twice. He didn't breathe that. He didn't even look at a happy push up, isn't it? And they put it as a big but you pass. Players on the game
Mm-hmm.
first. when Alan is finishing like idiot. See, the others will burn up at six that big. So second half, Saturday, got on where did they go on?
Mhm.
And I gotta say, boy, the guy, sister color, boy, this is
He did indeed.
Haaland injured.
Fell off the spider, the house of that grass and spray.
Mhm. Old Trafford.
Yeah, they have it brown.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope they get for the but yeah, City turned it around to probably their best point that I could have it. They set up the second first half they get the third they get into the
The hater in me says Nottingham Forest. But realistically, it's probably be Villa. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying Villa would probably, because Emery's got just mad luck. But I'm gonna stick my neck out unless I think Palace can do it. I think Palace have have a cup team squad where on the day they've got everything they need to beat you, basically. Yeah, I'm going Palace.
No. Why? A Dean questioned.
Mm. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Hey Dean, I have a question for you. Did you add more charges to them? Because I know it's 115, now it's 130.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably Lyra Kutu. Let's go to Germany. Leverkusen beat Bochum 3-1. I watched this game. I was really intrigued because he stopped playing false nines. He put 2 nines up top, Schick and Boniface. And guess what happened? They won.
Yeah, I think injuries play a part for sure. And also just what you have, what else you have in the rest of your in the rest of your side, kind of thing. What's available and what how you can get the best out of them. I think one of the key things that Alonso. By the way, just for full disclosure, I did not watch this game. I'm just based on what I've watched of Leverkusen this season. Alonso likes his teams to not surrender much territory, kind of thing. And if he hasn't got his best players available, he's going to look to try to maintain that control regardless anyway. Just with the way he numbers his midfield, correct me if I'm wrong, there's been a few times he's played 4 at the back rather than a 3, right?
That's correct.
And I think again, and that is again him trying to maximize what he has available. So yeah, Boniface and Schick starting together, to me, is just him doing what the game requires. There's no works for what the rest of the season, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna need to find a way to replace that sort of quality, but also sort of things that he gives. Boniface is an incredible 1v1 player. So is Wirtz. So yeah, that's my takeaway from it.
Very well said. I just don't like Jeremy Frimpong, by the way. I just don't.
Same.
It's nothing personal against him. I just don't like the way he plays football. I just don't.
This feels like a drive-by, like at random. Like, what did the man do? His team won. He didn't. Like, where is this coming from, people? What did he do to you guys?
My heart. I don't know. I just have to state the fact. Like, I have no issue. Go ahead.
He just did football while black. I'll be very real.
I think what I'm getting from you guys is that he's a right wing back that gives off the energy of a black goalkeeper.
Yes. If Andre Onana played wing back, that would be him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I understand. I don't support this boycott, but I understand.
Yeah, but his celebration with Adley was fun. He's one of those guys that's constantly online. You can tell. He's always trying to do some TikTok dance. That's what Frimpong does. That's probably why I don't like him. But let's move on. Bayern Munich beat St. Pauli 3-2. The thing is, Bayern just keep getting hurt. Ito he's out for the rest of the season, hurt his metatarsal again, and they picked up a few more injuries. I'm just like, what is happening here? But the real story of this is that Michael Olise and Jamal Musiala are just really, really good. Olise had 2 assists on the day, and Musiala was just buzzing around. But Harry Kane has now scored against every Bundesliga team he's played against. And Harry Kane also has like 100 goal contributions already at Bayern Munich. Just, it's insane.
I did the same thing in England.
Yeah.
I will say this, St. Pauli definitely weren't afraid of Bayern at all. Like
No.
They were in it.
Yeah, they brought it to them. 7 games left, man, and more teams are going to be looking at Bayern thinking we can nick something, man. St. Pauli are like what I think the lowest scorers in the league, and they managed to get 2 against Bayern.
And they wear brown kits.
Yeah, and was gonna say like we saw stuff like Kim Min Jae recklessly slashing the ball to clear it when he's normally a calmer head, to try and bring it down and get the ball playing and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I maintain that with literally within 3 game weeks, Bayer Leverkusen will be within 5 points of 5 points or less within Bayern. I'm pretty sure of it. And there's currently the 7 games left. So, boy.
Yeah, we can only hope so, but the police are coming after me, so I gotta run. Sorry about the noise, but
over here.
Yes. I'm not Fring Pong. Relax with the snitching, okay? Chill with all that. But I did want to make the point that this weekend in Germany, they had an anti-racism campaign, and both teams had anti-racism messages on their shirts, which was stunning to me because I live in America where we're not doing shit like this anymore. And meanwhile, the people who basically, for the modern age, invented racismo are like, nah, we need to chill with this shit. So, the world is an interesting place right now, but Bayern really shouldn't ever lose games because they have Olise and Musiala. Like, I was watching that game. And even though I've seen them on the field together several times, like it's like almost a weekly thing in my life because I watch a lot of football. Yesterday was there I really realized, I was like, they have those 2 guys. They should never lose games to anybody ever. Like, you can outscore everybody with those guys. And Harry Kane, oh my God. Honestly, I know we're not expecting them to win the Champions League, and I know they've suffered injuries, but if they don't do at least a double, I won't shed a single tear when they fire a company, because they will fire him. But at least before I was gonna cry a little bit, but if he doesn't win at least 2 trophies, I think it's okay if they fire him.
I think they're firing him regardless. I really think so.
Fellas, they're out the Pokal. They lost around the 16th Leverkusen, right? So they can
I'm holding them to a high standard. Yeah. I'm saying they have enough rockets to win the Champions League. The only team that for sure, in my mind, the only 2 teams that have a better team than them are the Spanish teams. That's it. Bayern, they're loaded, man. Like, they should be scoring 4 per week.
I said it the other day that the fact that they brought on Gnabry and Sane off the bench while starting, Coleman and Olise. Like, what is that, man?
It's foolishness. It's absolutely.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
No,
it's not fair.
And 2 of those names are absolutely surplus to requirements for them as well. Like, they know it. Bayern know it as well. Like, it's foolishness, man.
Yeah.
Bros, every game, Musiala does something that I guess illegal would be the right. I don't even know, man. This boy, the way he dribbles, like, I've always been a little with him. Like, I just want my own product. And coach loves this motherfucker too much. It's too much with the hype. But bro, this boy, like, he did something in the first half of this game. It's hard to describe, but go watch any highlight package. I'm sure it's in it. You know exactly what I'm talking about when it pops up. Like,
The thing is, he's literally like Bambi. They got the longest legs, but you can't get the ball off of him, man. It's so impressive.
I think XG nerds absolutely hate his guts because of his chance creation, like where it starts from and what he's able to generate. I think they absolutely hate him because none of the stuff he does makes sense. But I personally think he's probably the high. Statistically, I don't know if it's right, but from my eye test, I reckon he probably creates the highest quality chances off the dribble. For me personally, just from what I've watched, I don't see. Maybe Yamal as well. Maybe Yamal, but it's for me. Musiala sits at the top on his own. It's ridiculous, man.
It's Musiala, Yamal, and Wirtz. Them 3 have the belt
Okay.
for whatever it
Yeah.
is we're talking about. That
You know,
But-
from a
from a
standing stop,
yeah.
start dribbling, and what happens after that? They will give you the most XG.
Jamal Musiala and Michael Olise are the dream of Nigerian parents who left the country. That's what they are. Because
Yeah.
they both are half Nigerian. Their dads left and went to go find themselves some random German,
Yeah.
Algerian woman. That's
That's what we call brain drain.
yeah. That they're literally brain drain children. That's what they are. By the way, Thomas Muller's contract's not getting renewed. After 17. Yeah, it's time.
I think he should retire. It will be wrong if he puts on another team's jersey. It will be actually wrong. He should not even think about it.
I feel like
Feel
he could like drop down a
down.
level, and I'm okay with that. But at
At
the top level, I don't. He can't play for another team in Germany. He's too old to travel now. I mean, and you know Germans and traveling, we don't want that. So stay home. But just drop down to the Zweite Bundesliga and play for some team that's not historically important if you want to play. But he should retire. I think I'm a
What
big.
about if he goes Saudi? Do you know how funny that would be?
Sheikh Mullah.
Oh my god, that'd be incredible.
and he becomes a revert.
Do you know what? Genuinely, like, I feel like he's got the personality for anything. Like, don't put it past him. The guy is called the Joker for a reason. Like, it actually wouldn't be too crazy for him to go to Saudi.
You know, German is a famously difficult language to learn.
Yeah.
But I will learn German in 2 days just so I can catch the next episode of Tony Cruz's podcast if he goes to Saudi. I just want to hear what Tony Cruz has to say about that shit. Because I know he's going to say some fire shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
so-
Frankfurt beat Stuttgart 1-0. And you know who scored? Mario Götze.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed something in this game, and I know everyone who listens to this knows, and for those who listen for the first time, Deen is a huge fan of Hugo Ekitike. This was the game, for me, that I fell in love with him. Like, I've known how good he was, but there was something in this game that he's deceptively strong. He had this turn and touch. I was like, oh, okay. So your son is very good. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, man, it's interesting because I mean, no player that gains hype is perfect. Like, I mean, we just talked about Erling Haaland, who breaks scoring records just by sneezing, and he scored today, but he had a bad game, basically. You know, like, yeah, the one he scored was the easiest of the chances. I was about to flip it on him, but not. But yeah, Hugo. You know, this week I saw a thread from a fairly popular. I don't know what his deal is, but he's one of these. I would describe him as an XG nerd, one of them motherfuckers, and he had a lot to say about Ekitike's lack of physical strength, and I'm like, it's like the boy read the thread and was like, watch this, you know, because he didn't score, but he was the reason they won this game.
He's that white boy, right? Little nerdy white boy.
Everybody's a white boy on the internet, man. Like, you know, I don't want to pick on nobody, man. Like, I'm just here doing a podcast.
Okay. All right. So that was that. Mönchengladbach, they beat Leipzig 1-0. And unfortunately, fortunately for Leipzig fans, Marco Rose is gone. Pretty privilege does not work. So he's gone.
At some point, you got to call it.
I think Klopp made the boss call, to be honest. You know, it's probably like the scene out of Goodfellas, where, you know, everybody knows the scene. Like, he probably thought he was getting a contract renewal.
Actually, we don't, because there are several scenes where people get clapped. So which one is it?
So Joe Pesci, I believe, thinks he's becoming a made man.
About to be made. Okay, that's
and he just literally walks into a room where he's like, this is
shit.
this is not going to be my day. In fact, the boy have a day left, probably got like half a second left, and in that realization, I reckon that was Marco Rosa.
Yo,
you know what? He stood on the sideline after Mönchengladbach scored, and you could see on his face, he just knew it wasn't happening. I respect him for not starting Benjamin Šeško. That was probably like a rotation thing, international duty, that kind of thing. But bro, when you're this close to losing your job, your best players need to play like from the start, you know. And you are right that Klopp made one of the boss calls or whatever, because the new assistant was Klopp's assistant at Liverpool. So
Pep Linders, right?
Not Pep Linders. This one is called Kravitz. You know, he had more than one assistant. Pep is the popular one, but this is the other one.
Lenny
Kravitz, not Lenny, Peter Kravitz or something like that. But the actual coach is this Hungarian named Low, just like the last German manager. You know, Zolt Low is what I'm going with on that one. We'll figure his name out
Irreparable.
next week when a white person says it.
Eric Ten Hag, come to the front. They got a job for you, buddy.
You think
I
they're?
don't,
You
I
think
don't know
they'd
if that's
hire
a
him?
good fit. I don't
I
think that's a
don't
good
think
fit.
so. I
Me
don't think
neither.
so.
But he says that he's doing real estate now. He's making money there, so he might not come back to football at all. He's making money selling houses in Netherlands. So
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, Ratcliffe gave him a bag, man.
Mhm.
hey, 16 million of them good things.
He
This
could
game
he could buy the Netherlands.
he could. This game is for coach. Your boys lost. Mainz 3-1 to Dortmund.
Yeah, who cares, man? Like they're not getting. No, for real, they're not getting relegated, man. And of course, it'll be Dortmund to beat them. Like every other team can't beat these guys, but it's Dortmund that does it.
You know what Dortmund are? Jekyll and Hyde. Exactly what they are. Bayer had a brace and Emre Can scored. But yeah, that's yeah.
They had Nico Schlotterbeck taking their corners. He's a central defender.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a credit to
Credit
him
for
that
that
the job fell to him. But think about how many people they have to try that were bad at taking corners before they went. Let's have our central defender take corners. This is the most unserious team in Europe by a long shot. Nobody comes close.
Who is he linked? Is who Schlotterbeck linked to? Sorry, it's Liverpool, right?
Yeah, occasionally I see them mention Arsenal too, which I think is hilarious. But whatever.
What?
Yo,
I hope Liverpool gets him. I want them to buy him so bad.
That'd be wonderful. That'd be
bro,
wonderful. No
bro.
disrespect to him.
All disrespect to everybody. Like
Yeah.
buy him. I need to see this. Like
Dortmund.
He definitely means it. God damn.
like this is not a player I like. I
No.
do not like Nico Schlotterbeck. I see what people liking him, but I'm like the primary job of a defender is to defend. Like I don't care how good a passer a defender is if he can't defend. The end. And he cannot defend.
Dortmund have the most Congolese sounding name kid on the bench, Rodney Elongo Yombo, with a hyphen in the middle of the Yombo and the Longo.
Damn, you should have waited for a white person to pronounce that first.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely agree on that.
It's like mad Rwanda, Congo, Malawi going on.
Sound like Brazilville in here. Coach, can we get the standings in Bundesliga, please?
Indeed, we can. But before we do that, just on Dortmund, yeah, they did their whole One Piece thing. They had all the Straw Hat crew in the kits, which I think is cool. They even had like a special card as well, or cards should I say, with like the characters on it as well. Yeah, Dortmund secretly might be the culture club in Germany, I think.
No, they're not.
Don't say it's FC Hollywood because
it's St. Pauli. Come on. That is the culture team. That's who it is. I mean, I didn't make this up. It's what it is. It's not Dortmund. I'll tell you that much. Just because you like anime doesn't make it Dortmund, okay? Like Tosin, can you shut this nerd up? Like, what's going on?
No, I don't expect any team with that ends with an I. Yeah, it sounds too friendly, right? Pauli. He sounds like someone on a pat on the head. Like, they can't be the culture club.
Come here, Pauli. Good, Pauli.
Exactly.
It's St. Pauli, man. It's St. Pauli. Yeah. And if it's not them, it's got to be like Union Berlin. It can't be. It's not one of the big clubs. Nah. You know what? We don't know German culture. These people are famously humorless. So let's just move on.
That is true. Bayern are in first, 65 points. Leverkusen second, 59 points. Frankfurt, 48 points in third. Mönchengladbach are fifth on 43 points. And Leipzig are sixth on 42 points. And so are Freiburg actually on 42 points as well, but with a inferior goal difference.
And that's why they fired him. The second they fell out of the Champions League spots, we're like, all right, enough. Goodbye, Marco Rosa.
By the way, guys, I looked up the culture club for Germany. It is St. Pauli and Union Berlin.
Don't tell me I don't know my Germans, man. I've been watching.
Let me tell you something right now. Yeah, the biggest selling manga of all time. They have no idea who these clubs are, bro. That's culture. St. Pauli, Union Berlin. The only people who know outside Germany who know who those clubs are is Thiago Alcantara, because those are the clubs he's had his best games of his career against. That's it. Nobody knows who the hell these guys are.
Oh,
Listen,
but
man.
they have a small train that delivers currywurst to their fans, and they
Look,
have
we
a
don't we
pyro
don't
effect.
we don't talk about pork on the podcast, please.
Yeah, I'm not trying.
Please stop that.
I'm not trying to hear about German food
Like,
or due no respect
yeah.
at all.
But I also, before we move on, I do want to make the point that Coach sounds a lot like Harry Redknapp sounded at his little conference earlier this week. I'm just saying. Like,
Well,
the way you
me-
talk
well,
about
me-
Germany,
me-
it sounds a lot like Harry Redknapp to me. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying, but I'm saying, but I'm not saying,
Look, if nothing else, yeah, I'm a Brit, unfortunately. So it's
Yo,
just programming.
I can't
If
lie
you're a
to
white,
you.
you'd be a West Ham fan. That's what I know.
No, that is the rudest thing you said to me.
I know. That's why I said it.
By
I'm trying to fight.
By far. If I was white, there would be no doubt in my mind I'd be an Everton fan, 100%.
You seem like a Millwall fan to me.
Okay, now you're just trying to be hurtful. Now
Now you're
Can you
taking the
move on?
piss.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna call you a Mainz fan.
I can go. I can actually just go. It's fine. I can
This
just,
man said it's a hostile work environment.
I don't have to be here. Like, I have family, so
Fair enough. Let's move this along.
Let's go to League on. Strasbourg, they beat Lyon 4-2. The only good player for Lyon on the pitch was Ryan Cherki. Are we shocked?
no.
Okay.
No, not at all. Not only was he the only good player, he was the best player on the pitch for either team.
Oh.
Valentin Barco ran the show. But these guys have been playing very well, Strasbourg. They have been winning since like Montpellier, February 9th. They haven't lost a game. They just all wins and a draw. So
yeah, man. Shout out Rosenior, man. British coaches. We got one on the pod too, so yeah.
We had this discussion, I think I want to say 3-4 months ago about Rosenior. Nothing surprised me at all. I think good processes and good coaches, like over a consistent amount of time, they tend to always come out on top. They're always you're gonna have shaky moments and stuff, especially when it's something new that these players are trying to like get on board with, and but in general, like nothing Liam has done at all has surprised me at all.
I have a question for you, Coach.
Go on.
The hype they gave Will Steele last year, why don't they give that to Liam Rosenior? Is it underbelly?
Is it underbelly? Is it underbelly? Is that a colour thing? Is that a colour thing? Honestly, I don't want to give the French any credit for racism, because I think while they may be, I feel like the daddies are still very much English. Go on.
I have a thought on that. I don't think this is one of those cases. This is not, and this is another week. I mean, another country that did an anti-racism thing this week. France did, which good for them.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I was gonna say, if you watch the news, but good for y'all. Whatever. But I think in this case, it's more that with Liam Rosenior, we kind of know him. We've known him for a long time. He had a whole playing career here. Then him moving abroad was the story. Like what he's doing there, everyone probably expects him to do okay or get fired and come back to England and coach in League One or the Championship. That's what people are expecting. So it's not as interesting a story as a guy that never played the game, got into the game via Football Manager, speaks fluent French. I understand it was a slightly more interesting story, but this team he has, man, with these kids, that Andre Santos kid that Chelsea will never play, he's really good.
Did they make him captain, or was he deputizing? Oh, there we
he's
go.
the captain there. Yeah,
and he's a good look. To be fair to Chelsea, I think out of the 100,000 players they've bought, he's like a super exciting one, like genuine. Like, oh yeah, I like the look of this one.
Enzo needs to be watching his back. Because that's the shirt he's coming for.
Yo, the fact that Valentin Barco is playing center mid is hilarious to me.
Oh, because was he like a left back? When they recruited him at Brighton.
Yeah.
Well, that's again. This is one of the things we're talking about. Liam being just getting the best out of these players, especially at a young age, but recognizing what he has. I personally don't want to see him like come back to England or whatever. I'd rather see how far he could push this boat out, abroad. If he gets another job, a slightly bigger job in France, great. If he ends up moving to Spain or Italy, let's see how far the rabbit hole goes with him, man. But if you listen to him speak about football for even 2 or 3 minutes, straight away this guy. In life, there's certain people that you just know that, you know what, like you're good, you got it, man. Like you don't even have to worry about you, regardless what happens. Like you know what's going on,
Yeah, you. I feel like you'll overanalyze that, coach. Because for me, once I saw his glasses, I was like, yeah, that nigga can coach.
The Malcolm X frames.
He got that Malcolm X's on, man. Yeah. You gonna coach the fuck out you little niggas, man. Yeah. And just this team, like, I don't know. I'm not locked into Ligue 1's history enough to know how important Strasbourg beating Lyon is. I know it's a big deal because Lyon is the bigger team. And Strasbourg hasn't been as big for generations at this point. But just they were so happy to win this game, man. Like all the celebrations were fire. Like the post-game celebration interviews, like these kids were just dancing and like it was just such a joyous. Like if you're looking for a pick-me-up, just find the highlights of this Strasbourg-Lyon game. Like forget the football, just watch the guys celebrate their moments. It was really lovely.
And are they the youngest team in France? I want to say that they are, aren't they? Because
they definitely look like it. It was toddlers out there whooping Lacazette's ass.
Yeah, and they've got so many teenagers. It's not even funny, man.
And they got some talented players like Dylan Bakwa, who came from Bordeaux, the Congolese kid. Like, bro, they got some genuine talents on that team, man. They got some really, really talented players. And
all 4 goals were scored by 4 different players. So, and all of them with names that Tosin does not want to deal with right now. So
nope.
So let's keep it pushing.
Nope. Monaco beat Nice 2-1. Nice was up 1. They scored first, Nice. And it was your son who assisted, actually. You know who your son is.
Oh, Terry Murphy, he's back?
Yeah, he's back.
Oh, yeah.
It's been almost 2 years for him. Or was it a year?
No, wasn't it? It was like 9 months.
So I'm thinking of Kimpembe, sorry. Yeah.
Kimpembe's been back for a while now.
Yeah, but this is his first match this weekend.
Yeah, he played for the first time this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to see Terry Murphy back, and nice assist Jeremy Boga, but
another Chelsea reject.
He looked really good at the beginning there, man. Like very good dribbler. Even now I think he's still a very sharp dribbler, but there's not much else to his game. But he did score the goal in this one, gave Nice some hope, but they were just Nice were too nice. They were very passive, and Monaco came back on them. This boy Biereth, man. I'm not gonna say Arsenal made a mistake, but god damn, he keeps bagging, bro. Like what the fuck?
He wanted to rip the net off. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Like, Janet, what's wrong with you? Brilliant Bowler scored the winner, and then Dante's Inferno got a red card in the 91st minute. So
is he still playing football?
Yes,
that nigga is 41. I love it.
I remember him playing last season, but I just thought in my mind, that's he retired. That's what my brain told me that he retired. God damn.
Yo, he turns 42 in October.
Like my favorite genre of footballer is the one that hates his family.
Oh, facts.
Arsene Wenger was like that. Luka Modric is like that. Like
Ronaldo.
Toni Kroos, not like that, bitch ass nigga.
No, but it wouldn't be surprise me if he does hate his family, like But I reckon he just retired because I feel like he has some shame. Like he ain't trying to get run past the way like that City midfield is getting run past. He's like, it's not befitting of me. Like Toni Kroos doesn't sprint.
Like, bro, it's a shame we don't speak German because I just know every week he's talking shit about all these other old niggas that won't retire.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's like, every weekend I text Casemiro.
He's like, I wouldn't let
just sent the tears emoji back.
Who's the OG of that? Z Roberto.
Yeah.
He did. I think he even won like the Copa Libertadores when he went back to Brazil. Like, he
with
did not
Palmeiras.
stop playing.
Yeah. He played from 94 to 2017.
Yeah.
God damn, he's the LeBron James of football.
Do you know what's crazy? And I mean this sincerely. All of my memories, I should say the vast majority of my memories of Roberto are from Leverkusen, not from Bayern. Like, my first introduction to Roberto was at Leverkusen. The guy played hella games for them as well. And I think his move to Bayern actually made me start understanding football, German football a bit more. I was like, hold on a second. Like, why is he going to Bayern Munich? Like, he's playing into the deeper rounds of the Champions League regularly with Bayer Leverkusen and shit. like what's happening? Then Ballack goes, I believe, as well. I'm just like, wait, what? Like they've actually just ruined the league.
Like you know what's crazy? Like Harry Redknapp is probably saying the same shit to somebody right now. That nigga's like 50 years older than you. That's wild. That's wild.
Yo, you know how old Z Roberto is?
He's 49.
No, it's not even that. He's 50 something. He won a Copa America with R9 and Romario.
Damn. Actually, thinking about it, that's not. I mean, he was at what, Leverkusen in 2001, right? That's not too crazy.
He was at Real Madrid in '96.
Yeah.
That's fucking hell. Anyways, say Etienne and PSG was 6-1. So Etienne scored 1, and then Goncalo Ramos got a penalty. Then it was 1-1, and then PSG said, "Wait, you know we're better than you, right?" And they dropped 5 on them and they ended up 6-1. So the biggest story of this game is Desire Doué. Just freaking amazing. His second goal, I was just sitting there, just like, I love this kid so much. He loved him so much. He's great. And then one of their younger kids, 17-year-old academy kids, came off the bench and scored. Kim Pembe, I think he played this game as well. So yeah, good for them.
Yeah, the academy kid that came off the bench, my PSG/Man United supporting friend Yannick. Shout out to Yannick. He's been talking about this kid for a minute, and he's like, he predicted ahead of this week. He's like, I reckon he's getting minutes, this weekend, and he did. But again, you're right in regards to Doué. I love when players are faithful to their idols. Like, you know, you get someone like legit. You'll get someone like, I don't know, what's his name, Van Dijk, saying, yeah, Ronaldinho is my idol, but it's like, brother, you don't play anything like him, not even remotely close like him. But Doué's idol is Neymar, and I'm like looking at him,
man.
Pardon, sorry?
What is he supposed to do? Like, it's not Van Dijk's fault that he ended up being 6'20" and shit. Like, he a big nigga, man. He's not gonna be doing all that dancing shit. He got the same hair. You don't give him props for that shit?
No, not at all. No. I need to see feet, my bro. No Quentin Tarantino, my bad.
I was about to call you Quentin just now.
That was crazy. I'm going mad. That was crazy. That was crazy.
That was crazy, bro.
but yeah, Doué like, go on.
I was gonna say you gave us Coach Fiction.
No. We might have to call that this pod, you know.
Nah,
I'm not mad
man.
at
I refuse. We will not be triggering any fetishes on this podcast. Keep it going. Keep it pushing.
But yeah, Doué, I'm looking at it and I'm like, keeper of the flame? I think yes.
Oh, absolutely.
I think yes. He's an entertainer. But what I love about him the most is that he wants to kill as well. Like, yeah, he'll do skills for the sake of it, but a lot of the time, it's the shortest route to goal. And yeah, just fantastic.
You know,
explosive, just wonderful player, man.
Deen, go ahead.
Bro, I was just gonna say, I can't remember what game I was watching recently where Doué came off the bench, and he had the expression. I think it was probably the Champions League game against Liverpool.
Yeah, it was.
He didn't make the difference, but when you looked at his face, you could tell that he thought he would make the difference. And I rate that. Like, he basically, what we're talking about with the U.S. men's national team. Like, I don't see belief in those guys, regardless of how talented they are or aren't. Like, it's like an aura thing that you can't really put a finger on it. But when you see it in somebody, it's there. You know, like, he has it. Kvaratskhelia has it. Like, guys that are like,
no, Kvaratskhelia, I absolutely see you with him. Like,
yeah, like, I'm gonna put the team on my back today. Like, he got that energy, and, you know, adding all the other stuff. And honestly, I think it was kind of obvious that he was one of them ones at Rennes. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
we talked about it. We talked about it before he moved to PSG. We all
definitely talked about him back then. And the shame is that PSG gets all the good French kids. The best French kids are going to PSG at this point. But I think they have enough now that.
Saliba.
Well, not everybody can be Arsenal.
Well, exactly. I mean, we're still the biggest team in France. So.
Indeed, we are. But I was really sad that Doué went to PSG because I just feel like, honestly, I feel like when he played that run, he was playing on the same flank as Barcola a lot. So I was kind of worried about how that would work. But so far, so good.
Fun fact, guys, if PSG win or draw next week, they win the league.
Yeah, but we knew that literally 5 years ago, bro.
We do that in August. Yeah, but it's official now. Roma, Reims, they beat Marseille 3-1. I'm so happy. It makes me so happy to see them just lose all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy how well, it's not crazy. It kind of makes sense. It feels a bit Bielsa in a
Oh.
sense. How De Zerbi, no matter what team he's coaching, where they stand in that league, what the quality of the team is, a couple times every season, his team would just get their back blown out. Like it just like he can't help it. Like Brighton had games like this where they were on a decent streak, then all of a sudden some team just destroys them. Like, and there's no real common thread between this. It's because you can say, oh, they press them up high, but most teams try to do that. Usually his little automatisms work. The players play through that press. They have a nice game. Not today. And we've seen this game a couple times this season already, coach.
Yeah. Marseille had 81% possession. They had 81% possession and they completed 751 passes. Do you want to know how many passes? Or should I say attempted? Do you want to know how many passes Ram attempted?
5.
190, not even 200 passes. Do you know there was a record years ago? I'm trying to remember who was against, but Weigl, I think completed or at least attempted 140 something passes in a Bundesliga game for Dortmund.
That's actually low. I think Xavi's record in LaLiga is higher than that.
Well, there we go. But
and
again, 195 passes potentially on a good day. You're not far off a metronome numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like that is, and literally to score 3 off that and to be 3-0 up before even Marseille get a goal. Yeah, that is. This is one of those games this weekend where you say this is football. This is what can happen in football. Right.
Fellas, some housekeeping rules in Liga. Rennes beat Angers 3-0. I'm bringing it up because Ismail Kone, the Canadian, scored a really good goal from outside the box. Nantes lost 3-2 to Le Havre, but Moses Simon scored, but he can't do it for Nigeria, Oniranu. And Brest beat Toulouse 4-2. So just round it up.
Well, okay. I don't know if this is real or not, but a Union Berlin player in 2023 named Lucas Tossart completed the most passes in a match in Europe's top 5 leagues with 460 passes against Frankfurt. I don't, this is from Stat News. I don't know, because Weigl is right after him with 199.
See, and that game was what, I want to say
2016.
17-18 season?
2016. May 2016.
Okay, yeah.
Then after that, Xabi Alonso has 185. I think I remember that one. Jorginho has a couple from Serie in the 180s. Rodri had one from 2020, 178. Then there's some center backs there, but I don't count them. Like center backs getting passing records is not impressive to me. You touch the ball first, so let's go and do with it. Pass it.
Coach, we'll get the standings in France. We can get out of here.
Indeed. So, as we know, PSG are champions. Monaco, however, are second with 50 points. Marseille are only a point behind them on 49 in third. And Nice and Lille are both on 47 points, rounding out the 4th and 5th place. And Strasbourg, are 6 on 46 points.
We're going to go over to Seriea. Juventus and Genoa. Genoa wore the new kits that was inspired by Boca Juniors. The one thing that I said about this game, that I wasn't even worried about the pitch. I looked at Igor Tudor. I looked at Patrick Vieira. I looked at Timothy Way. I looked at Kefren Turam and said, God damn, I watched their dads play and I watched these two guys play. I said, I might be old as fuck. So that was that.
We'll never be free of your YouTube dies. I'm so tired. You do realize that you're gonna die someday, right?
Hey, we all do. We all gonna die. We all gonna die, baby.
People we all gonna die. Children, they bust nuts. When are you gonna learn this, Tosin?
When I bust a nut.
Good luck with that.
Kenan Yildiz, he made a difference. He's got a really good goal. He's very, very good, that kid.
Yeah. They said he was one of the ones that didn't get along with Mota, because apparently in training he did something once and Mota was like, who the fuck do you think you are, Messi? Yeah. So that's usually not how you inspire creativity in a player. That he seems like the type that you kind of need to give a bit of a license to. Especially, he's so young. You got to let him find himself a bit. He's clearly very talented. You don't want to cage him too soon, but he definitely made the difference. It was essentially a solo goal, I would say. And Genoa in their Boca Juniors kits looked better than Juventus. Probably should have won this game, but Juventus won't care. 3 points is what matters. Like the worst part about Thiago Motta, besides him losing the locker room, is that they never really even played good football. And that was like the whole point of hiring a guy like him. They just never even got to the point where they would play nice looking football. And they don't have that now, but at least they have the points. So
Yeah, and Dusan Vlahovic looks like he needs to go on a sabbatical. He looks doesn't look good, bruv.
he'll be all right. That's what you get for rejecting the best coach in the world, prick.
Lecce, they lost 1-0 to Roma. The goal that they scored was really good. Dovbik's goal was, that's what a real 9 looks like.
Yeah, but the chances they missed before that goal, Tosin, oh my God. This was some XG wastage for sure. Like some of the misses in this game were obscene. Some of the saves from the Lecce goalkeeper were obscene, but Dovbik, again, that quality that certain players have. You don't have to be the best player in the world to have the quality of, you know what, for whatever reason, we're not clicking today. I'm going to solve this problem for the team. And that's what he did. He ran into one guy, put another guy on his ass, and put it in at the near post. A beautiful goal. Pure Christian Vieri. That's what it looked like to me. Christian Vieri.
Roma hasn't lost since December 15th, by the way.
Sheesh.
Ranieri
A lot of L's since December 15th.
Ranieri came in and completely just turned the tide. So
that's a real coach right there. Are you watching, Pep?
Fiorentina, Atalanta. Ever since Deen called out Moise Kean has been balling, not just for club, but for country as well. And his goal today was just pure Moise Kean. He capitalized off of Isaac Kean's mistake and just buried it. And that was that.
Yo, what y'all think about Moise Kean? Like, should he just stay there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Once
One
you
more
find
season? One more season? Or 2 more seasons?
2 more seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he does look good though.
He does.
He looks like a big club should be interested. Like
maybe all black footballers should just get in the booth when they're struggling for form. Maybe they should start doing that. Because the latent, what we call the latent rap gene that we all seem to have.
oh man, this man said they haven't been racially abused enough.
I'm just saying.
Every single black man has tried to rap in their life.
Yeah, bro, and I think do you know what? Rafael might be on his way back to form, because I mean, he just had Unknown T in the studio the other week.
That was actually from October when he was doing well. He maybe needs to call him up.
Okay, yeah. Well, look, you see, there's more proof there for my theory.
Maybe
Timothy Weah needs to call up Sada Baby or something and get it popping, man. Like,
who, Tim Weah?
Yeah.
He needs to get one of them New York drill niggas.
Anyone, I'll take anyone at this point. Like, I'm just saying that,
Tim Weah needs to go get some bedtime stories from his dad. Yes, I'm making a war reference. Yes.
Yeah, I know, and I was just like, okay, good. That might be a bit much.
We're gonna get Tim Weah and Ice Spice.
But yeah, man, Atalanta not having a shot on target in this game that's crazy work, as the kids say. I think it's happened already once this season. Like maybe about a month ago when they were lagging without Lukman. But for Lukman to be on the pitch and to not get a shot on goal, that's wild to me. Like, you almost have to try to not shoot.
When I knew they were cooked, they took Lukman off in like the 55th minute. I was like, yep, this game's finished. Shotito, pata pata. And they put on Daniel Maldini. I was like, it's okay. The game's over.
Like he ain't built like that. They were trying to win with aura. You can't. No, you need real footballers on the pitch. Okay, like not models.
Yeah. Napoli beat Milan 2-1. I don't think anything summed up this game more than Luka Jovic scoring.
Hey man, he scored. Then the game
he's
got
alive?
really interesting. Yeah. Well, he likes to pop out of his cave every couple months. Like when a Milan coach is desperate not to lose his job, you will bring Luka Jovic off the bench to score 1 goal.
Yeah,
that's all he's giving you. 1 goal. Like, after that he will miss chances, which he did in this game. It looked like Milan were gonna steal a point at the end, but they just couldn't. I mean, they had Luka Jovic on the field. I don't know what they expected, but
I really don't like Chukwueze, by the way.
Oh, like, I'm glad you said it.
That's my boy, but Chukwueze gives me the same things as Frimpong. I just don't like him.
Okay. So he needs to get a Shake in the booth. All right, continue.
No, he doesn't need Ashake. He needs to get flavor.
Like he needs to be good. He needs to drop a level. I don't think he's good enough to play for Milan. That's what he should. He's been there too long without impact. Like I remember one game where he got a late goal that was maybe a winner. That's literally the only thing he's done there. That's it. He needs to go.
And he shouldn't be starting for Nigeria either. That's neither here nor there. Lukaku though. Lukaku has like 200 goals in his career now. So good for him, man.
Hey, man, that's the KD of soccer right there. Like just mercenary, just jumping from team to team. But he'll get you buckets. He will get you buckets.
Hey, please, KD is a real hooper, okay? Lukaku, I don't know what this.
Is he though? Is he?
Yeah,
Even you don't believe that, Dean. Come on, man. Like it's KD, man. Like, I don't know what we're doing here.
Oh, I didn't know we respected KD that much. I mean, am I the only one that remembers why we stopped respecting KD so much?
Yeah. But we're talking about hoops, man. Just pure hoops. Like
pure hoops. Like Lukaku is twerking on niggas and scoring goals. Like what else you want? What else you want? That's pure Shaq. Okay, fine then. I'm gonna give him Shaq. I'm gonna upgrade him. How about that? Fuck out of here with that KD shit.
Okay, and last but not least, Inter beat Udinese 2-1. And guess what? All that matters is the Inter just keeps getting 3 points. Lara Kutsukuti did not play today. I think he's injured. But they got 2 goals in the first half, and that was that. So good for Inter.
Yeah, it was a little stressful near the end. Inzaghi got sent off, but it was never in doubt. Never in doubt. They are interested in what's his face, Lorenzo Luca, Udinese striker who he was the one that held onto the ball and took a penalty, even though his whole team and the coaching staff were begging him to give the ball to Tovan, and he was like, nah. Then he scored it and he got subbed immediately.
Yeah,
like that guy. Inter won him.
I will say the goal that Udinese scored from that center back, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, Omar Soule, nice.
I've been talking about this, Soule guy. So, yeah. I just want to say that I feel proud of one of my discoveries coming to fruition. But let's back to the striker Inter are interested in. I'm sorry, that's Nazio energy all over. Like he should be playing for Nazio for sure.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, like
I don't think I've seen a more perfect fit in Serie A.
That is pure Di Canio behavior.
Yeah, he should not be at Inter.
And
man,
Dean
honestly.
forgot the striker who they're linked to because I understand why he does not want to talk about it.
Jonathan David, eh?
Yeah,
those links have been around for months.
I called him a black Lautaro many months, years ago. At this point, maybe the prophecy is about to come true. But I mean, I can't even knock the boy, man. Like, I mean, we gave Jonathan David his props a little while ago here. Like, that's coach's boy. But I mean, this has been a wonderful season. Look at the teams he scored against Real Madrid this season, man.
And Atleti as well.
The Champions League, like that's
and Atleti as well. Like he's done his thing, man. Like, he's done
that's
his
a good player. I can't.
And U.S. men's national team.
But that's like scoring against Preston North End, whatever.
Yeah, coach, can we get this band in to go to Spain?
Indeed. Inter 67 points, Napoli 64, Atalanta on 58. Yeah, it's done for them, man.
They're out.
Yeah, it's really done for them, man. Like the two weeks knocked them out. It's done. Bologna on 56, Juventus on 55, Roma on 52. They round out 4th, 5th, and 6th place. I just want to say Roma and Bologna are quite easily the best teams in Italy right now.
I was going to say a couple good things about Bologna. Shout out to Vincenzo. What's it called? Italiano. Yes. He's done a great job with them, and also Orsolini's goal. Woo!
Goal of the weekend for sure. And he keeps telling Spalletti, call me up, bro. And he should, because I'm not really, I mean, I know Italy got Retegui and Moise Kean, but they could use more help up front for sure.
Yeah. We're going to go over to Spain. Real Madrid and Leganés was 3-2. This game is just chaotic. That's all Real Madrid are, is just chaotic. Even Jude Bellingham's goal, like the fact that they hit the crossbar and Jude was the first one to react, I was like, okay, I know what you are, Jude.
Honestly, and I might be gassing it, but that might be my favorite Jude goal ever. I know aesthetically, it's nowhere near a great goal. But just the fact that he took the initial shot, then there was a rebound, and the keeper made another save, or there was a block, then it hit the bar, and he was still the one to make the final touch. Like, for me, that is a proper illustration of the power he brings to the game. Like, he had one mission, and nobody was stopping him, And it wasn't a surprise when it went in. I loved it so much.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. I felt like everyone froze, but do you know what happens? Do you know what I think? What happened is I think he anticipated. I got very much, the Last Dance Dennis Rodman vibes. And he was like, he knew where it was going. Like, like everyone froze, but Judah's like, it's gonna drop here, and I'm gonna be the one that's ready for it. Yeah, that's the mark of a top player, man. He's like a shark. Like he senses it. He knows it.
Yeah.
I have a very corny analogy, and I'm sorry I have to say it. If, God damn it, I feel so stupid for saying this. Anyways, Jude and his brother are really, really good. I don't want to say the analogy. I'm not gonna say it. Fuck it, because it was super corny. Just keep it moving.
Yeah. Please keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I really love and appreciate you not, putting us through that. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank
I'm glad. But it was a side-by-side picture of when Jude first got to Real Madrid till now. They put that boy on some arroz and some pollo, because that
Yeah.
boy is massive now.
All they did is just, they went to the Chelsea Cobham lab, and that was it. That was all they did.
Where like you think Real Madrid don't got Dr. Kugat number 2? Oh, they got the number. They got the number. Shit.
I looked at him, I said, but boy, it's a key. I'm like, this boy's getting a little bit still like, what the fuck is going on? He's even growing out a beard now too. I'm like, okay, I see.
I will say though, we often make the mistake of giving guys credit for bulking up or whatever when they're really just growing into their bodies.
That's it.
The little
He's
children.
been a fucking child the whole time we've been talking about him.
Yeah.
I think he's 21 now, 22.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
So he might get bigger.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Yeah, he's 21. He turns 22
that's
in June.
insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. Has he completed? I think he's completed club football.
He has a Champions League, and
club football. Look, he got his jersey retired at 16. He completed club football then. Like that. Let's make no mistake about that. He completed.
That was sick, and it was crazy. I watched the highlights back then, and I remember thinking, like, fair enough. Like, you're never gonna see a player this good again at this club. Fuck it.
Yeah. Mbappe, he looks so confident. And when he missed a penalty against Liverpool, now he's doing Panenka. So just like, little dickhead. And he scored is that a free kick? We call it a free kick?
Well, here's the thing. If you get an assist off a goal like that, it can't be a free kick, unfortunately. So to the account that tweets every day, has Mbappe scored a free kick? The fight continues, my brother. The fight continues.
I'm with you. I just think that cannot be, even if we want to call it a free, that cannot be the free kick to break the duck. Like, the wall was shit. He didn't really, it wasn't a great hit of the ball. It just went through a shitty wall, and someone teed it up for him. So no, it's not a direct free kick.
Do you know what else? Do you know what else is crazy as well? Mbappe is actually quite infamous for scoring that type of goal, but from open play. Like, he scores that goal quite regularly in the sense where he sets himself and then whips it in. Like, he just whips the ball kind of thing, and it's like, you can call it an open play free kick if you like. So I feel like he cheated personally. So yeah. The fight continues.
Yeah, the fight definitely continues.
But yeah, the biggest thing I took away from this game is that, boy, when they play against Arsenal, I'm gonna have popcorn and my shirt off, because Real Madrid cannot play football at all. They are so chaotic.
So can I ask? So you're telling me you don't regularly watch football with your shirt off in general?
Why are you worried about what I'm doing?
No, I just want to know. Can somebody tell me in the comments like what the name of this podcast is? Because Deen, I seem to have forgotten at this point. So
hey, man, I can't even read, nigga. I'm just an ape on a podcast.
Espanyol and Atletico Madrid. I think Atletico Madrid's title run is over.
They feel like the Atalanta of LaLiga.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Just one bad week and it's over.
Asqueleta got a really good goal though. That was really good. So shout out to Caesar.
Nice volley for sure.
Right.
But yeah, is weird. Like, generally, I'm amused when Atletico have bad things happen to them because of how much of a terrorist Simeone is. But I'm kind of disappointed that they've fallen away a little bit. I just felt like the title race was far more interesting when they looked legit, and they really looked like they were going to do it this year for long periods there, but they just never. Yeah, man, one bad week will get you.
Yeah, I'm going to put my hands up and say, look, I thought them going at the Champions League might refocus them, but I think it actually had the opposite effect. I think it actually absolutely battered them mentally.
Of course, look how they went out, bro.
Yeah.
That is the worst. Oh, the player double touched the penalty. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like, even come on. Can't nobody see that shit, man? Like,
Yeah.
but he did double touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still haven't watched the replay properly. I've watched it on the night. I watched all the different angles. I'm still not convinced personally. But yeah,
I
I
was
think.
convinced pretty quickly. I'm a hater.
But yeah, Atleti. Outside the fact that they definitely need some more men in defense. Yeah, I think attacking wise, they're fine. Ironically, I actually think they're fine, and them potentially adding Darwin Núñez as well tells me that they're gonna be back again next year. But yeah, I'm personally disappointed at the fact that they just gave up with 9 games left.
Hey, man. They should have kept playing Griezmann heavy minutes. That is my belief. Use him up before you send him to MLS. But nah, y'all was giving him breaks and shit. Fuck that motherfucker, man. Use him up like a bar of soap.
Barcelona beat Girona 4-1. They scored first, and then Danjuma equalized because their center back, who everyone's supposed to love, the Uruguayan guy, I forgot his name.
Araujo?
Yeah,
That's the only center back I hate more than Schlotterbeck.
Araujo was playing like a hoe, and yeah, Danjuma ended up scoring, and Lewandowski decided, guess what, guys? I'm still really good at finishing the ball, and he scored twice, and then they ended up getting a fourth in like the 86th minute, and that was that.
Yeah.
Wait, can I just ask? Haven't Barcelona played literally 6 games since Friday? Or am I going mad?
They did have the game postponed after the club doctor died a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago. So that got placed on Thursday. Then they had to play again today. I think Osasuna, who played in that game with them, I think that was a 4-0 result, I think, if I recall correctly. But between that game and this game, I think Barcelona might be playing the best football this season, period. Like some people have gotten the hype at certain points. Like for whatever reason, people were acting like Liverpool were actually playing well at any point. They never really were. They were just getting results because Mo Salah is having an all-world season. But no one else has really come close, just aesthetically, like just watching the games, like who is playing the sexiest football this season. It's Barcelona by far.
Barcelona are leaning into everything that's made them good. Basically, it's quick, it's intentional, and they have some real grenades up front, man. Like, so the ball gets to these guys as quick as you can imagine, and they do the business. But interestingly as well, their midfield rotations, I think, while Pedri is just completely and utterly stupidly good kind of thing, I feel like I have to give credit to Flick for using Frankie the way he has. Like his ball carrying is fantastic. But also the fact that he provides a level of creativity that sometimes I don't want to call it unexpected, but it's not all falling on Pedri as well.
Coach,
go on.
I'm not sure if you remember years ago, Mike Wilbon said, "My nigga, I'm glad you said this because Frankie at the 10 today was beautiful." I know I'm very harsh on Frankie, but boy, he looked good at the 10. So good for Frankie. They've been using Lamine Yamal like a bar, so back-to-back 90 minutes for him Thursday and Sunday. It was like, hey.
Yeah, honestly speaking, that's my one sort of like worry. Dean, I've been thinking about what you said about just getting used to players having early peaks. Yeah, by the time Yamal is, I don't know, 22, they would have unearthed someone else as well, so they'll be fine. They'll be like us, whatever. Like,
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, to reiterate, I just think we've gotten used to careers sort of going from, say, early 20s. Like players peak around or not peak, or like they get to the top of the game. If they're really good, young, they used to get to the top of the game at like 21, 22. Then they have a couple years, peak in their 26, 27, 28 years, then a slow decline. And now I think it's going to be more early peak. We're going to have a lot of really good teenagers playing lots of minutes. Then these guys will be out the game by 30, basically. If they play that long, and they're playing constantly and they don't have big injuries, at some point you just can't do it anymore. I think
Sterling might be the first of this era. I think.
Yeah, he's a perfect example. He's the tempo there. Like he started very early at. Where did he start shining? Was it Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool at 16.
Yeah, he was 16.
Yeah, he was. I remember. I think he was at QPR when
he was at QPR.
14, 14, 15, and then Liverpool snapped him up, and then put it like this. Let's age him. He played against Abu Dhabi. He played against Arteta. Played against
Played with Fernandinho.
he played in yeah, basically. So yeah, he's been around for a
He
minute.
played with Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah.
And that nigga been cooked since.
Exactly.
It feels like Daniel Sturridge has been out of the game for 10 years already.
I'll even add more. He wore hypervenoms.
Oh, there we go.
Neymar wore hypervenoms.
Exactly. Exactly my point.
And he's cooked too.
Yep. He's wearing Pumas now. Real Betis, they beat Sevilla 2-1.
Oh, that's a derby.
And all I can say is, Real Betis, run me my money. Bring me that money for that Brazilian right now today. That's all I got to say. Bring me my money.
I didn't get a chance to watch this, but I see that Johnny Cardoso scored the equalizer in this game. And I will continue to bang the drum. The U.S. needs to build their midfield around that guy. Like, he's the type of player. Basically, he's a natural controller. You know, he has a lot of the same quality. He's not as good as Wharton, but he has a lot of the same sort of qualities. Very subtle domination of midfield battles. Like, he just has it. And I think his folks are Brazilian, even though Cardoso is not a very common Brazilian name for me. It's not Brazilian. It's not like Fred, a sexy Brazilian name. But he is Brazilian, and you see it in the way he plays. He has that sauce about him. Like, I think he's the one they need to build things around. But
hey, do you know why you don't know his name is Yao Lucas de Souza Cardoso?
Okay. Well, that's I learned something today. Thank you, Tosin.
And the reason why he's called Johnny is because he moved to New Jersey, and that's what they call people in New Jersey. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, you fucking mooly.
Oh my god. Fair enough, man.
So you have to go with Johnny. I get it.
Yeah. Coach, you'll get the standings in La Liga.
So Barca 66 points in first, Real Madrid on 63, Atleti on 57 in third, Bilbao 53 points in fourth, Villarreal and Real Betis round off the top six, both on 47 points each. Yeah, much like Barca, Betis are definitely, probably on form, the second best team in Spain right now. So,
You know why? You know why that is?
Because Isco has a man bun.
Oh, I was gonna say
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Because he got chopped off.
We talked about this, Coach. Damn, you've been hungry as hell for a month. That's crazy. What's something going on?
Yeah, boy.
Damn, you was eating all the moon rocks.
I'm definitely cooked. I'll tell you that.
Premier League is back on Tuesday. Wolves, West Ham started off. Arsenal, Fulham as well. Forest, United. But yeah, then we got games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday we back to the crack again. So
looking forward to that.
Yeah, horses don't stop; they keep going. Somebody once said. So 8 more games left in the Premier League, Europa League, Champions League. All of that is back next week. So yeah, it's been fun,
man. Arsenal's still gonna win this shit, man. Arsenal for the double, baby. We not down. We multiplying. Let's do this.
Pack it in, man. Just pack it in, man.
Nah, man. Sakai's back. Big Berta is in the building. Oh man, we about to fuck these niggas up, man. I'm ready.
All right, fellas. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Eid Mubarak, free Palestine. Peace.
Everyone,
up the Arsenal. Peace.
Everyone's taking out easy. We're out. Peace.
Hey folks, this is Deen from the Shirtless Plantain Show. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and follow us on all our socials. You can see them right beneath our recordings in every video. Thanks again, and see you on the next one.